Well, spring is now coming, and we are going to start cleaning, our closets, our homes, garages, right? But what about cleansing our body from inside out? Right? That's what we want to talk about today with Sarah Ellen. Sarah is joining me from Australia all the way. So hang on for 1 second when I add her for 1 second. We are going to be talking about plant-based cleansing, fasting, detoxing. Hi there, Sarah. How are you?
Hi, I'm really well, thank you. I'm actually not in Australia right now.
Oh, where are you?
Yeah. I well, I've been spending a bit of time in New York. I've been there for a little while, and recently I've come to Chile for about 12 days. So an interesting adventure, but it's been a really great to cleanse actually. So good timing. Can you
Sarah
hear
Ellen?
me?
Yeah, I'm sorry. Go ahead. So we are talking with Sarah Ellen. She is an international wellness expert in mind, body, and spirit. So we are also, she's super passionate about plant-based cleansing, detox. So that's what we're going to be talking about. Plant-based cleansing, fasting, detoxing to help your gut health, and gut health is aligned with your gut, heart, and head. So let's get going here, Sarah. Over to you.
Awesome. Okay, well, I all of those things, absolutely, you're 100% right. I'm so passionate about that stuff. It's been about 7 years. I've been really into this area of work and, doing things in my own life to sort of test and measure what works for me. And what I've really found gives the very best results is when people start understanding how their body works a little better. Because often we don't really know. We think we're doing healthy things, and actually it's kind of working against what the body wants to do naturally. So the first thing I would mention is it's really good to understand the circadian rhythm of the body.
Mhm.
And the circadian rhythm means that our body's naturally going to be doing certain things at certain times of the day or night. So when you're looking at when we should be eating for digestion, our body actually wants to eat at about 12 o'clock, So 12
Mhm.
o'clock until 8 p.m. is a really good window to eat. So if you want to accelerate your detox time and your rejuvenation time where your body's actually really focused on healing, then it's best to eat just when you're supposed to be digesting and not when the body's trying to detox and heal and do some other busy work that happens mostly when you're sleeping.
Mhm.
Um, so we go from 12 till 8 of digestion, 8 until 4 a.m. in the morning, there's assimilation going on of nutrition, etc. And
Mhm.
then from 4 in the morning until 12 midday, that's when our body is in full on detox mode. Naturally, it happens. So if we can eat, if we can, be mindful of when we eat, and if we do eat during the time that's not really designed for digestion, then
Mhm.
we need to look at having things that are very hydrating to help the body to continue the detox process and to bind toxins and give it enough moisture to let
Mhm.
everything out, because we don't want to keep all those toxins inside. So yeah.
So from 4 o'clock in the morning till noon is the detoxification kind of time, right? That's what's happening. And
Mm-hmm.
and then from 12 to 8 is when we should be eating more. Right? That's what I understood. So
That's the
so
time.
approximately, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So now if we want to do cleansing, right? So we are talking about spring cleansing, we're talking about detoxification, right? There are all kind of things like 3-day juice cleanse. I mean, you name it, and there is a cleanse going on. So
Right.
what is what is the safest way that we can do cleansing that's plant-based, and how do we get started with the process? Should we start fasting, intermittent fasting? Just help us
Honestly,
understand. Yeah.
I love the question, and it's so amazing that the timing of this call, like I decided to go on a cleanse, but I've done some deep fasting. I actually fasted for 40 days.
Wow.
Not last year, but the year before. So
Mhm.
it was in about October of 2019. I did a 40-day fast, and that meant no food at all. Like I was just water only. That's no supplements, just water only for 20 days. And then I did 20 days on juice to help break that water fast. Then I went into some fruits and vegetables. But honestly, that is really hardcore. And the only reason why I did it, apart from just wanting to experience it, is because I needed to really know what it was going to be like for me, because I'm guiding clients who are extremely ill in these processes, and I need to know what it feels like for me so I can help them through it, right? So again, I think that people try to fast without knowing everything. You know, we want to do a really good cleanse, but we don't really know exactly what's the best way to do it. We haven't necessarily been educated on how to, you know, how much water we're supposed to drink when we're, you know, cleansing, or, you know, what we should be doing to clean the colon prior to, or how we break the fast so that we can honor the work that the body has been doing during a fast. And all of those things, like clearly that's what I think you should go to an expert or a professional to help you with. But if you're going to do it on your own, you can do it on your own. And there is an easy way to do it that isn't so overwhelming. And so I'd love to share that with you, because it's exactly what I'm doing right now.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
So yeah, tell us what you're doing. What have you been up to?
Yeah. Well, for me, I felt like being in New York, and it's, you know, being really snowy, and it's, you know, I think seriously from about Thanksgiving, I was just craving apple pies, you know, I just wanted to eat all the comfort foods, you know. And I think from, you know, then there's Christmas, and then it's still snowing, and I feel like I haven't really been moving my body the way I would usually. I'm clearly very Australian, so I'm used to being in warmer weather. I like to, you know, get a little sun on my skin and, you know, cleanse that way. So what I decided on this little impromptu getaway was to really focus on, I still wanted to eat. Like I didn't want to do another fast. I was thinking, you know what, it's a great time to do a cleanse, but I don't think it's the time where I really need to go so deep with this, you know, really deep juice fast or water fast, you know. So I decided to do a little bit of intermittent fasting, which you don't have to do. It's optional. And that's just, I got my Fiji water. I usually drink alkaline water at home, but I have Fiji water here, and I would drink about this bottle. So about a liter, or, you know, 32 ounces. I'll drink that when I wake up. And that's usually keeps me happy until around 12-ish. I'm about hungry by then. But this cleanse has included an element of exercise, because, as I said, been a bit sluggish, not really moving my body. I can feel it in my lymphatic system. And if you don't know what I mean by that, it's that feeling where, I don't know, you just feel a little bit of inflammation in your system. You maybe feel like there's a little bit of soreness when you're waking up. You're not quite feeling as energized or as comfortable in your body as you usually would. When you're like maybe squatting down, you can feel a little bit uncomfortable behind your knees. So that's what was going on for me. So I knew my lymphatic system was sluggish and not moving well. So I thought, I'll put in the exercise, but I'm not going to go crazy. I don't have a personal trainer here with me, so I need to do something that's easy for me. And then I'll do the food. I'll cleanse with my food. So number one, I'm just doing really simple moving, but I'm making sure that I'm actually moving my arms and legs, like so cycling and walking, and then doing a little bit of like floor work, just for you know, planking and things like that. So really basic, but literally 30 minutes a day. That's it. Nothing crazy, just 30 minutes. So that's the exercise component. And I've been trying to do that in the morning time, around about the time where I'm drinking my water, and I'll drink a little extra if I need to. And then I'm usually, after having a little shower and sort of relaxing from the little workout, I'm pretty famished because I'm a foodie and I love to eat. So I'm thinking about what I'm going to eat. So I've been making some salads and different foods that just really interest me that are raw, and they're fruits or they're vegetables. So I'm not eating any cooked foods right now. I'm eating what's in season or what I can get that is easy to get, and there's no restriction. And I think that can sometimes be the tricky bit, because some people are trying to count calories, they're trying to figure out what's in what portion size, you know, they're trying, it's getting complicated. So for me, I like to keep it easy and simple. And I know that everything I'm eating, if it's a fresh fruit or vegetable, it has a high water content. Now, the reason why I wanted to do this was, again, I had dry, itchy skin from like being in the cold weather and then being in the heating and all of that stuff. And that's not normal for me, as I said. So I really wanted to nourish from the inside. And a lot of people don't realize that the hydration you get from fruit and raw vegetables like celery sticks or carrots, things like that, is so nourishing that it actually forms, it's like a gel-like water molecule. It's very different to a water molecule, if you like. So it's very hydrating, and it helps you to stay hydrated for longer, and it nourishes you in a very different way. So I've been sticking to that. I actually bought a huge watermelon and I chopped the end of it off, and I had this still very huge piece of watermelon with a spoon, you know, and that it was a lot of food. I was very full at the end of it. And I've been just basically eating whatever I'm craving. So if I want salty, like I'll use Celtic salt and put it in with some cherry tomatoes and some arugula, and, you know, I'll make a salad that's sort of more savory. And then if I'm wanting something, you know, sweet, then I have a plethora of fruits. So that's really all it is. And you can still eat, you know, 2 meals a day if you want to just fast until 12. You can snack on delicious raspberries or blueberries. They're like my little snacks sometimes, and maybe grapes. And it's very, very simple, but you don't have to worry about counting all the nutrition, because it's all in there. You're getting micronutrients all over the place of iron and, you know, things that are going to boost calcium, but all the things that you need.
So I think, so let's just talk about, I mean, that's fascinating what you're doing, but so how does the detoxification and the fasting, right? So let's talk about, how does it help our bodies, right? From a scientific angle, like, you know, all the detoxification, all the fasting, how does it help? What happens when you start fasting? What happens in our bodies? How does it help?
Okay, so there are different levels to detoxification, in my opinion, and what I've chosen is a very basic one. I've just decided to eliminate, I'm not even doing nuts or seeds or grains or anything. It's just fruits and vegetables. But, you know, there's a step past that. You could still do all the nuts and seeds and grains if you wanted to, and add the fats. I'm not even having fats or avocado or anything like that, coconut, anything. But how it helps the body is it gives the body so much nutrients, and, as I said, that gel-like hydration, that it is actually able to give the body food that's really easy to digest. So, you know, we have a very delicate dance with the pH as it goes through from our mouth and then, you know, through to our stomach. And then the small intestine will take the food pretty quickly, because the stomach is going to want to throw it into the small intestine pretty quick. It doesn't really want to hold it for more than a little while. So, and then with the small intestine, which is 4 times longer than you are tall, so it's pretty long, you've got 3 different types of pH, and then the colon, you know, is a different pH as well. So I guess what I'm getting at is fruits and vegetables like that are going to create more of an alkaline response in the body. They're going to be easier to digest. Being alkaline is great because it doesn't attract things like pathogens and certain bad bacteria. And the benefit of having like fruits and veggies, even if it's in the form of juices, is that those the nutrients that you get from those particular fruits and veggies are like the most favorite foods in like the universe for our microbiome. Those little beautiful healthy bugs in there are actually going to really thrive. So what you're doing from a digestive standpoint is you're actually starving all like the bad bacteria, and often we have way too much of it. It should be an 80-20, you know, around 80% good, 20% bad. That's a good mix. But often we're in a very different opposite situation. So when you're detoxing and cleansing, I guess that's what's really happening. The body is expelling old cells because it has all this nutrition that it can feed and create new cells and replace and replenish. And then it's also ridding the body of things like pathogens and bad bacteria that are starving off because you're feeding all of the good stuff with all of the good stuff.
Yeah. That makes sense. That makes sense. The cleansing, what's doing is you're feeding the good bacteria, and then the bad bacteria is not getting any foods in a very simple way, and they're being starved. And when the bad bacteria is getting starved, they're kind of forced to expel out of the body, and your body is getting cleansed from inside out, right? In a simple layman's language.
Exactly. So two things on that. First, I wanted some.
We're having some network issues right now with Sarah. There was some intermittent network issues, Sarah. When you talk, I couldn't hear anything. But
can you hear me okay now?
Yes.
Okay, great. I was saying two things. First thing is, if you're on a cleanse like this and you're having your water and you're having all your fruits and vegetables and everything like that, and it's nice and raw, and you're full, your stomach feels full, you've just eaten, but then you're sitting there and you might be watching TV or doing something and you're thinking, I could do with some chips or something crunchy. That's generally, in my opinion, it's the bad bacteria that are kind of starving and they're wanting something to help them get by. So that's the first thing. The second thing is, if you really want to help yourself through the process of detoxification and you're wanting to make it easier on yourself, I really believe in enemas and colonics because they can help to hydrate the body in a place that has been very dehydrated. And a lot of people don't visualize or think that the colon could be dehydrated, but it really can. And the lining of the colon is really important because if it's not flowing, then things do get stuck and they stay because they're drained of all their moisture to feed the rest of the body sometimes when we're dehydrated. And if we put a little moisture into that area, it's going to soak that stuff, which can be quite horrible to feel when the body's in a cleansing mode. You can start feeling a little agitation, you can feel a little cranky, maybe a little moody. And that's part of a detox process sometimes. So you can make it really easy on yourself if you're able to know other little tricks and, biohacks, I guess, to get yourself through. So I think hydrating where, drinking the right amount of water is really key, but definitely doing maybe a colonic or two during the process, or maybe a daily enema will really help to change things so that afterwards, like I've always said to my clients before, I walk into the bathroom feeling like Cruella de Vil or some kind of, horrible fairy tale character, and I walk out like a, fairy tale princess because I'm feeling completely different. So there's a couple of tips there for you and just a little bit of idea of what can be happening in the body.
Got it. So it's basically, taking a hose in a very simple way, and how you just take the hose and take the water and kind of start washing, watering our plants. You would really doing the same analogy with your body by giving them the right nutrients, the water, whether it's a hydration in terms of water or the hydration in terms of taking the right kind of vegetables so that your body's hydrated from all the plant, all the veggies that you're eating, so that your colon is cleansed and not any of these particles or anything is kind of stuck to a colon, and it's just a cleansing process is going on. So that, it's a reboot system. I would say computer reboot system.
It
Rebooting
is, and you
ourselves.
get all the fiber. You get all the fiber as well from the fruits and veggies. You've got the fiber that's sweeping through and cleaning everything out. So it's amazing, and it feels really good. Like I haven't felt, apart from a few cravings for, you know, some fats and chips and stuff that I had today, I've actually felt really good and really satiated, you know, and still doing a little workout, which is not something, I mean, I know a lot of people that may be watching are really good with their exercise and they're really devoted and they're amazing. I have not been that person every day of my life. So it's quite new for me to really focus on exercise every day. So for me to feel really energized and to be working out, to be fair, on an empty stomach or like on just water, is a big deal, you know, because I'm still feeling very energized and excited and happy. And, you know, that's, I think, an easier cleanse. It's much harder. The next step up is doing the same things, but doing it on juice only, you know, like cold pressed juice. And then the next level from there is obviously doing more water-based cleansing. So, but I think this one's really easy, and I think it's not something I'm scared to mention for anybody to try. I don't think it's something that would hurt anyone. I think if you have a certain medical condition and you're on, you know, medications and things like that, surely like you want to have a chat with someone on how you feel it might affect you. But I think there are definitely ways that you can work it into your life for most of us. Yeah.
Sure. Yeah, no, I think that's very helpful to that. Thank you so much for joining us. To all the viewers, you know, simple, gentle cleansing will help your body to reboot your system. So I think of it like, you know, computer memory, you kind of like, you know, rebooting your computer right there, right? Absolutely. So you need to do that in a simple way. A detoxification, like Sarah is explaining us, with water, with having vegetables that have high water content to make yourself, have an alkaline kind of inside your body and maybe keep your colon clean and cleansing it. It's going to help you rejuvenate yourself, right? That's what Sarah's talking about. And you can do it simple at home, although we don't advocate we're not giving any medical advice. These are just educational sessions to empower yourself, to empower all of you, so that, you know, you can lead a healthier, natural life. You know, that's what we're talking about. Anything else you'd like to add, Sarah, before we wrap up today?
No, I think like definitely making sure that the salt levels are there. Like I do think to have natural electrolytes in your water through just a squeeze of lemon or lime juice, you know, fresh lime, fresh lemon with all the beautiful fresh enzymes is really, really good as to nourish the body with electrolytes. And getting a really good quality salt. Like I mentioned Celtic salt before, Himalayan salt is also one. They have trace minerals that the body needs. And a lot of people know this, but I think it's really extra important to make sure that you're adding a little bit to maybe your water when you're doing a cleanse as well, because it helps you to become hydrated quicker and to feel better when you may be going through some detox symptoms. So yeah, that's a little last tip.
Okay, great. Well, thank you, Sarah. Enjoy your detox and cleansing, what's going on right now. And keep us posted about your cleanse, how you feel after your cleanse. To all the viewers who are watching us, let us know if you've ever tried a cleanse. You know, I've tried to do a cleanse myself, and I kind of like second day and I'm eating everything. So I need to try that. I'm very bad at that. You know, I'm just like, okay, one day, and the second day is like normal.
Well, I think on the second day, you need to call me and we will go through some ways to make it easier. But I really enjoyed talking. Sorry, there's some network issues along the way, but I've really enjoyed having a chat with you. And it's so exciting to talk about things that I'm really passionate about, and, you know, ways that we can help others to maybe feel inspired to look into things for themselves so that they can feel really good too, and, you know, just get those results at the end of the cleanse so that they think, okay, well, that was worth it. I've got more energy, my skin is brighter, my eyes are brighter, I feel like I'm not carrying as much around my waist, or just something that makes their body feel more comfortable. They're sleeping better. And it has to be worth it. You don't want to detox without all of the great benefits. So remembering the benefits is what keeps you going, and knowing that you don't want to feel sluggish and you don't want to feel any of the negative things that you might be wanting to get rid of today. So make sure you connect to your why and, you know, look for your motivation and what you're wanting to move away from. And it makes it really easy to stick to your plan. So
great. Well, thank you so much. Yeah, thank you so much, Sarah. I see people joining now. We are almost ready to close. We have been talking about plant-based cleansing, detoxification, you know, doing it in a very simple, easy way. So you know, just watch the video after we're ready to close right now. With that, I'd like to wrap up this session. Thank you so much for everyone for joining, and please help us share the sessions. And signing off, this is Amita from Nourishtal. Bye now. Bye-bye.